Now in the far East County, a growing number of migrants seeking asylum in the U.S. are coming through holes in the border wall. Border Patrol has set up staging areas for them where they wait for buses that will take them to processing centers. But that wait can take days. CBS 8's Steve Price joins us live now from El Cajon to explain. Steve?
And Marcella, the staging area that we visited today is actually 50 miles to the east of us. We moved here because that area is in such a remote location. We were worried we wouldn't get a strong enough cell signal out to do our live shot. But for the migrants who are out there, a weak cell signal is the least of their concerns. They're also dealing with freezing temperatures and a lack of food.
They huddle around small fires, play games with their kids, and wonder what's next. The lucky ones get real tents that were discarded after the Susan G. Komen 3-day. Others make do with blankets and tarps. These migrants, many here seeking asylum, are gathering in Jacumba Hot Springs, waiting to be taken to processing facilities.
The number of migrants in these open-air detention sites is growing daily.
Sam Schultz says the situation out here, about 80 miles east of San Diego, started going from bad to worse 10 weeks ago. The group's getting bigger, overwhelming the process.
It's very difficult to tell exact numbers of immigrants that are coming across the border. I can tell you that in the last 10 weeks, we have fed 13,000 people.
This is about 24 pounds of rice.
Sam, who has spent decades helping those less fortunate, took it upon himself to feed the migrants. Without this assistance, they could go days without food.
You know, I made like 200. I think I'm losing the touch after so many.
We only need 1,600 today.
He now has several volunteers helping him and nonprofits donating rice and other items that he cooks up and distributes.
Despite language barriers, I've met people out here from Brazil, Georgia, China. Some of them tell me they've been here for 5 nights in the freezing cold, and they're frustrated because they see Border Patrol, but they don't understand the process, so they're not sure how many more nights they're gonna have to spend out here.
Border Patrol agents in the field tell me they've seen families with babies that are just weeks old. They try to get them help first, but otherwise it's out of their hands. They're simply told to line up groups as space in processing facilities becomes available. Sometimes men, sometimes women, sometimes families, but it's never enough, leaving hundreds out here every night to fight for their survival.
The weather gets down to below 30 degrees and 35 degrees during the day and the 20s at night. Some people are going to die in these camps. I'm sorry to say that, but it's just going to happen.
Now you may be wondering, how does somebody from Brazil or China know to find this one staging area spot? Well, when I talked to some folks out there, they said that actually what's happening is once they get into Mexico, there are people who they are paying that know where the holes are in the border wall and know where these staging areas are to try and make sure those people end up in the right spot. Marcella and Anna?
Steve, a growing crisis. Do we know how many of those staging areas Border Patrol has set up in San Diego County?
So out in the far East County, in the Jacumba Hot Springs area where I was today, we saw that one, which is over by the 8. And then there are 2 more, Marcella, that are hidden in different areas. And I'm told that there are a lot more people in those. I'm also told there are at least 3 more of them, more in the San Diego City area near San Ysidro.
All right, and a big concern as the temperatures do get cooler overnight. We'll have to see what happens. Thanks for that inside look, Steve.